Hello, hello, my friends. I have a fun Homeworx candle haul to share with you today. Now, I feel like I've been sharing a lot of Homeworx recently. If you caught my recent empties video over the weekend, you guys will know that pretty much all of the candles that I completely burned through in the month of September were Homeworx candles. I'll make sure that I have that linked in the description box down below if you happen to miss it. But today I wanted to share with you a couple of candles that I have recently purchased from Homeworx. These are not PR candles. None of them were sent to me. These were all ones that I chose to purchase. A few of these I purchased during the Labor Day sale that went on, well, I guess that would be earlier this month now. And then a couple of them I finally came across in the wild. I have been so envious for a long time, to be honest with you guys, of all of you in the Homeworx community Facebook group, because you guys have all been coming across all of these great releases at your HomeGoods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and I know that I've shared this before, but about 35-40 minutes down the road from me, where I typically do a lot of my normal household shopping, they opened up a new shopping center which houses Marshalls, TJ Maxx, HomeGoods, all in one. I can literally just walk door to door for each one of them. And so when I saw that they were building that earlier, well, it was last year, it was in 2022, and I was seeing Homeworx candles starting to show up in those stores, I was so excited. Except what ended up happening in my local stores was all these people are finding all of these candles. I go into mine and there was maybe one out of all three of those, all three of those stores. It was so disappointing, but I finally had some success earlier this week, and so I wanted to share with you a couple of the candles that I picked up in store, and then I just figured, well, I'll combine it with some that I picked up earlier this month. So if you are curious to see what I picked up, oh, hello, Ruby. Hello, Ruthless. If you happen to see my cat, my little ginger cat in the background, that is Ruby the Ruthless. But what I wanted to say, where was I? If any of these candles are still currently available, I will make sure that I have them linked in the description box down below. I am a Homeworx ambassador, so I do have a discount code with them. Katie's Joyful Life will save you an additional 10% on any orders over $40. Now just be aware, sometimes they don't let ambassador codes be used with discount codes on sales. Typically that means that you're probably getting a better discount with the sale code, but every once in a while, like the Labor Day sale, they did allow us to combine affiliate codes, so it doesn't hurt if you want to enter that. I do make a small commission on that, and whether you want to use it or not, you're welcome here at my channel. So let's go ahead and dive into this haul. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with one of the candles that I purchased from the Slatkin & Co. website, and I'm going with it first because it makes me a little bit nervous because the packaging is so beautiful on it. So this is, what is this? Woodland Cabin. Now I have heard about this fragrance for many years. You will see the vessel on this is just absolutely stunning. I love this color green. We can see the wicks are kind of wonky here, but I think that they'll be okay once they are lit. But this is a candle that, or a vessel that I think would be perfect for gifting. The fragrance notes on this are Nordic spruce, cypress, and frosted mint. And I'm going to say that I'm not really sure if that description is quite accurate. You do get a coolness in the air. Now, one of the reasons why I was intrigued about purchasing this one is because I've heard from several people that this fragrance is essentially Bath & Body Works winter. I agree. I feel like on cold sniff, these are close enough that I could say that this is a dupe. Now, if you have burned this candle before and you smell something completely different upon burning than BBW Winter, please let me know. But I do believe that Harry Slatkin is the one who came up with the fragrance Winter when he was still with Bath & Body Works. And I feel like this is his version of it. This is a really nice fragrance. I actually think that I plan to burn this in the winter time alongside Kringle Candles Cozy Cabin. I feel like it would just give all of those cozy vibes. You get kind of that cool winter air, but there's a sweetness in it. Nordic spruce and cypress. To be honest with you guys, I don't really know what those smell like because I live in Arizona. I live in the desert. There's not a whole lot of Nordic spruce or cypress trees around me. But there is kind of that frosted mint note. It's not really necessarily a mintiness to this, but it's kind of a sugared kind of smell to it. I really, really like this scent. Again, if you're familiar with winter, then I would agree with the consensus of people who say that that's what this fragrance reminds them of. Another fragrance that I picked up during the Labor Day sale over at Slatkin & Co. This is Winter's Eve. Now the fragrance notes on this intrigued me. Snowy cypress, fir needles, iced birch wood, and smoky embers. Now, you guys know that I am somebody who kind of likes smoky fragrances. I don't want to be like too much smoke, but pretty much fireside type of fragrances. I generally enjoy them. I always say that Winter Fireside was actually my gateway candle to the world of Homeworx. I love that fragrance, and I know a lot of people say that that's way too smoky for them, but ooh, I love that one. That one mixed with like clove, and it's good. So anyways, the smoky embers on here had me intrigued. And I actually really like this scent too. You do get a little bit of that smokiness, but it's really not the dominant note in here. The smoky, whatever they're saying as smoky embers, I feel like adds an element of warmth to this candle, because otherwise the tree notes are kind of like cooler type of notes. I feel like it actually perfectly balances out. I definitely get some of those fir needles in here. That's the note that my nose detects the most. There's a woodiness, which would probably be that birch wood, but it's not necessarily like white birch. White birch comes off almost like astringent to my nose. There's nothing that's really astringent in here. I think that it just balances out really beautifully. Again, I see this fragrance actually being one that I could possibly even start burning now. Can I say that? I don't know. I don't really know if I would burn this quite yet, but maybe like in the month of November, I could see myself starting to burn this one pretty much in the evening. I really like this one. I feel like, yeah, that would just be a really nice like after dinner type of candle. There's coolness and crispness, and I feel like that one would carry well all throughout the winter, maybe when you're done with the holidays. I don't necessarily smell a holiday scent in that one. It's more of a fragrance that I feel like would like bookend the holidays. It's either a good one going into the holiday season, and it's also one as we come out of it, it would complement that time of year very well. All right, and the last candle that I picked up from Slatkin & Co. is Cinnamon Sugar Marshmallow. Now, I believe that this candle is also offered at Ulta, and I know some people are finding it again in the discount retailers. The fragrance notes on this are fluffy marshmallow, sweet cinnamon, sparkling sugar, and white cocoa. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, the fragrance note that I detect the most is cinnamon in this. Cinnamon and marshmallow in it, but I like it. This to me, you know what this kind of reminds me of a bit, and I hope I'm naming it correctly. This reminds me a bit, there's an element, is there pine in here? There's not really a pine note in here. No, there's no pine note in here. But the cinnamon and marshmallow blend on this reminds me a little bit of Bath & Body Works. Is it the Perfect Christmas? Is it the Perfect Christmas? I feel like last year it was in packaging where there was like Santa on a sleigh. But that's what the cinnamon and marshmallow together is reminding me of right now. I really like it. It's a nice gourmand. If you don't like cinnamon, I don't think that you would like this fragrance, because the cinnamon is the most dominant note to me. But there is that fluffy marshmallow in the background. It's not a toasted marshmallow in my opinion. It's definitely like the gooey like innards of a like fluffy marshmallow. I don't detect white cocoa, definitely sugar. It's a sweet fragrance in here. I like this one. I feel like this is one that I would burn with like a pine scent, and then I would get kind of that Christmassy type of vibe. I want to say, is it the Perfect Christmas? I feel like it's the Perfect Christmas. That's what vibe this is giving me. So that's another really nice fragrance. Okay, 2 candles that are brand new to me that I have never had before, and I don't think that these are available on the Slatkin & Co. website. These are ones that I came across in the wild. This is Woodland Trail. The fragrance notes on this are sugared cedarwood, warm amber, smoked oak, and marshmallow. Okay, yum. I am all about that. This one's good, you guys. This is really good. If you happen to come across this in Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, pick it up and sniff it because this one is really nice. I detect a little bit of that marshmallow note, but it's not as like gooey marshmallow as what I'm detecting in that one, in the cinnamon sugar marshmallow. This is kind of more like toasted marshmallow. You get like some of the woodsiness from the oak and the cedar wood in here. And the amber, I definitely detect amber in here. I really, really like this fragrance. My kids, my youngest one especially, she loves this one. This was her favorite of the ones that I brought home. This is a really nice fragrance on here. So I would definitely recommend picking this one up if you come across it. Just at least pick it up and smell it. Let me know what you think about it. Oh, I like this one. I keep wanting to sniff it. I'm like, ooh, that smells good. Like I would even like that possibly like in a cologne or a body, like a body wash or something like that. It smells really good. All right, kind of keeping with that woodland theme, the other fragrance that I picked up and I think it complements the Woodland Trail really well is Woodland Amber. So the fragrance notes on this are amber, sandalwood, cardamom, and white patchouli. Amber, again, is the most dominant note to my nose on this. They are different candles. I would say that the Woodland Trail is stronger on cold sniff than this one. This one, definitely amber. I get a little bit of that patchouli note in here because it lends a slight amount of like perfuminess. The Woodland Trail is more like woodsy with the amber and the marshmallow note in it. There's a sweetness to it. I would say of the two, I probably prefer Woodland Trail, just slightly above it. I would give the edge to that one. But this is good too. I definitely, again, like the amber note. Sandalwood and cardamom and white patchouli. I don't really smell cardamom in this, but I think it's that sandalwood and that patchouli just lends and I say this like the slightest amount of perfuminess to this, but I actually plan to burn these two candles at the same time. And then the last candle, I have it on the ground. Forgot to pick it up and put it on my table here in front of me, is I actually think that this is a repeat purchase for me. I think I had this one last year in my collection, but I have not purchased it and put it in my collection this year. But again, it's another nice, fresh, woodsy type of fragrance. This is Autumn Pinecone. Now the fragrance notes on this are pumpkin. Oh no, these are not the fragrance notes on this, because I was looking at the fragrance notes on this, and this is one of those ones where I think the reason it may be showing up in those discount stores is because the fragrance notes are inaccurate. The fragrance notes listed on here are actually the fragrance notes for Autumn Pumpkin. This is Autumn Pinecone. So I'm gonna tell you what my nose detects. This is very much pine heavy, but not pine sol. It's fresh without it being like cologne type of fresh. I like this one a lot. This actually reminds me a lot of about 2 hours north of where I live. Fun fact, if you've never been to the state of Arizona, I know most people think of Arizona as being Sonoran Desert, which half of the state is, but the other half of the state is actually high elevation ponderosa pine forest. Like it's pretty heavily forested with woods and everything. And so this actually reminds me of the very few times that I have gone to the outdoors with my husband or some friends. I'm not a very outdoorsy gal. I like the beach, but like the mountains, I think they're pretty to look at, but I don't necessarily like camping out in the midst of them. But this scent does remind me of like when I have been out in the woods, especially in the midst of a bunch of ponderosa pines. The ground is usually a little bit damp, but it doesn't smell like anything like dirty or gross in here. It's just fresh, almost like being in the woods after a fresh rainfall. That's what this reminds me of. It's very nice, and I feel like this is one that you could blend really nicely with like a creamy pumpkin type of fragrance and just give that really nice autumnal vibe to your home. So that's it. That's just a quick little Homeworx haul that I have for all of you. Let me know in the comment box down below, have you purchased any of these? What are your thoughts on them? I always love when you guys chime in and share what some of your favorites have been. Have you been able to pick up any fragrances in your local discount retailers? I would be curious to know because there's one that I am still waiting to show up. It's Autumn Pumpkin. I keep looking for it. So far, I have not come across it, but I'm not gonna give up. I am going to continue to look for it because that is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Let's see, final thoughts here. I've been filming a lot today, you guys. I've been batch filming because I'm getting ready to go out of town. In fact, when this video goes up, I will be out of town, so my brain is a little bit frazzled by this point. But what I do want to say is if you want to purchase any of these from the Slatkin & Co. website, don't forget that you can use my discount code if you would like to use it, Katie's Joyful Life. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too. Keep looking for these in your discount retailers. Let's see, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Katie. Like to talk about home fragrance and a little bit of beauty. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you would like to stick around for content like that. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the old YouTube algorithm. And I just want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next video, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.